If your life is anything like mine, you've seen these statistics all over the place. 7% is your word choice, 38% is your vocal tone, and 55% is your body language. Is this about what my audience is paying attention to when I speak? What do these statistics even mean? I see these numbers all over the place. Every public speaking seminar that I go to, a lot of business seminars quote these statistics, and they're not always exactly the same, but they're about the same. So I thought I'd do some research and find out what on earth is going on here. Because in my experience, this number has got to be wrong. Think about how we transfer information. For centuries, we've been relying on verbal communication. Our school system is based on verbal communication. It can't be that ineffective. We would have chosen something else by now. So I did some research. And the important thing to realize here is that this study is not on how effective you are as a speaker. This study is on what people pay attention to when your message is not in alignment, when your messages are mismatched. What do I mean by that? Well, say I come home from work and my partner asks me how my day was. And I say, I'm fine. Now, my words are saying one thing, but my vocal tone is saying something else. My words are saying I'm fine. My vocal tone is saying I'm not okay. Now let's add body language into that. I come home from work. My partner says, how are you? And I say, I'm fine. Now, not only am I not okay, but it's probably his fault. You see how our vocal tone and our body language can undermine the words that we say. We use this in life all the time. We use it in subtext and sarcasm and irony. It's a very natural human thing when we're doing it consciously. But it happens unconsciously a lot, especially in places like public speaking when there's a lot of stimulus going on and we're not always conscious of what we're doing with our body or with our voice. When you're a speaker, where do you spend almost all of your time in preparation? Word choice. So if I'm an audience member and I'm listening to a speaker, and I know that they spend all of their time in word choice because that is common knowledge. If I know that they spend all of their time choosing what words to say, but their word choice and their vocal tone and their body language aren't lining up, what am I more likely to trust? I know that this is the conscious part, and this is more likely to be sub and unconscious. So if the speaker is lying to me, that's where they're lying. And that is why the 7% is so low, because our audience understands that the word choice is the most conscious part of the communication. So when they're in opposition, they're much more likely to trust the sub and unconscious elements of communication than the very conscious elements. This can work really well when someone is actually lying to you. But the problem is that as speakers, we're often not lying. We're just trying to pretend we're something we're not. Like trying to pretend I'm confident when I'm actually nervous. Trying to pretend I'm much better prepared, or that I had enough sleep last night, or that the person in the back really isn't annoying me as much as they actually are talking on their cell phone. There's a lot of denial going on, and it can show up in the vocal tone and the body language. So my job is to build message cohesion. My job is to help you line up your word choice, your vocal tone, and your body language so they're all saying exactly the same thing. Because the exciting part about message cohesion is once these are all in alignment, the attention on the vocal tone and the body language melts away. And the only thing that your audience focuses on is the words you're using, your message. They don't focus on the speaker, on the funny little habits the speaker has. It's all about the message, and that's what we want. We want our audience to be absorbing our message, not focusing on us and what we're doing with our hands or our hair or our voice. So now that you understand the importance of message cohesion, it's time to take a look at those unconscious habits that you have. Remember in the 4 stages of mastery, we talked about the unconscious and making it conscious, and then putting it back into the subconscious? Well, that's what we're going to do with the 7 harmful habits. We're going to take your habits out of your subconscious, make you aware of them, get you to know what you're doing, and then work on them, replace them with healthy habits, practice those until they fall back into the subconscious so that your message cohesion is effortless. It's time to introduce you to the 7 harmful habits. Watch the next series of videos so that you can pinpoint exactly what those subconscious habits of yours are, how they're sabotaging your message, and what you can do about it.